Front splits practice. These are some exercises that will help you to be able to get into some front splits. So start seated on your mat with your legs stretched out long in front of you. Arms reach up high as you lengthen through your spine. Fold over with a flat back. You can keep your knees slightly bent here if that's too much for your hamstrings. Your hands can come to your feet or ankles. And then you're going to exhale as you round through your spine, coming a little bit closer to your legs. Come up on your mat, and we're going to come into a Malasana squat. We're going to really stretch out those hamstrings and those hip flexors. So come into Malasana, put your hands flat on the mat as you push up. And then you can kind of wiggle around here to loosen up those hamstrings. Come back down to Malasana squat and then push yourself back up. One more time, down to the mat in Malasana and back up. And you can kind of move around however is comfortable for you. And grab your opposite elbows and let your torso hang. And then sway side to side if that feels good for your hamstrings. Bring your hands to the mat and then step your right foot up in between your hands as your left leg goes back. Knee and shin and foot are placed on the mat as you come into a low lunge. Rock back and forth here. This is going to really get into that left hip flexor. Rock forward and back. And we'll do this a couple of times to really open up that hip flexor. We're going to hold it forward. Take a couple of deep breaths in this position. Hands come down to the mat. Then you're going to straighten your right leg and flex your foot as you come into a half split. Rock forward in your low lunge and back into a half split. Make sure when you're doing this, your right foot is flexed and only go down as far as is comfortable for your body. Moving to the other side, so your left foot is going to come up in between your hands, come into a low lunge, and you're going to rock forward and then back. A couple of times to get that right hip flexor nice and opened up. Hold your low lunge down here, and then you're going to come into a half split, so your hands are going to come to the mat as your hips go back. Straighten that left leg with a flexed foot and lean forward. Go forward into your low lunge and back half split and keep rocking back and forth like this. Curl your back toes under and then step up to the top of your mat. We're going to come into a crescent lunge. So your left foot is going to take a big step back on your mat. Hands are going to come down to your mat. And before you relax down into this lunge, you're going to pull your feet together. Your feet will not move, just keep them down on the mat, but this will lift your body and activate your muscles. Then go ahead and relax down, swaying back and forth. You're going to really feel this through your hamstrings and your hip flexors here. Activate your muscles by pulling your feet together. This will lift your body. And then exhale as you relax back down deeper into your lunge. That left foot will probably be able to go back into the mat a little bit deeper. Lower your left knee down to the mat and then come up into your low lunge as you stretch that left hip flexor. We're going to move over to the other side. So stand at the top of your mat. And then your right leg is going to go back as you bring your hands to the mat. Pull your feet together to activate your muscles. And then exhale as you release down. You can sway back and forth or side to side. Inhale as you pull your feet together, activate your muscles. And exhale as you relax down deeper into your mat. Right knee is going to come all the way down to the mat. Come into your low lunge as you open up that right hip flexor. For this next part, you are going to need some socks and a block if you have one. If you don't have a block, you can use a book. Some nice fluffy socks I like to use. They're a little bit more slippery on my floor here. So go ahead and you can pause the video if you need to grab your things, and then we'll meet you back on the mat. Fold the top of your mat just out of the way, and then you're going to come into a low lunge. So right foot is forward with your left knee back on the mat, and you're going to slide your foot forward and then slide it back. So this is kind of like our half split. So slide it forward as far as you can, and then slide it back, forward, and back. And then you can stay down as far as you can get. If you're unable to reach the mat, you can place your block right underneath your sit bones, and this will help you to be able to relax into your front split. You can stay up here, or if you would like a deeper stretch, you can bend forward, hinging over that right leg, just as far as you can go. To come out of this, we're going to just slide that right leg back, and then we'll move over to the other side. Left leg is going to go forward into our low lunge. Keep your block close in case you need to have it. Slide your foot forward and back, forward and back, and just go as far as is comfortable for your body here. We're going to come forward and hold it down here. Place the block under your sit bone if you're unable to reach down to the mat. If you're quite comfortable and you would like a deeper stretch, you can release your block and then lean forward over that left leg. If it's not comfortable to lean forward, you may stay up. You can come down to your forearms, just whatever is comfortable for your body today. I hope that this was helpful to you guys to help you get into your front splits. Repeat this class as often as you need to and have fun practicing.